Welcome to October and happy week after fall break. I pray that your break was restful and that you got to enjoy moments together as a family and moments of this changing season. What I love about a changing season is that it reminds me that although sometimes things are difficult things don't last forever. And as God made the seasons, things to begin and things to end, we know that He is unchanging in the middle of all of it. And that's the hope that we're called to. Well, I want to share a few things with you, trying something new. I've been doing video updates for the faculty and staff, and I thought maybe, in case you're busy and this is easier for you than sitting down and reading an email, that I would try a video update for you for my principal update this month. Thank you for taking the time to read the monthly memo. We do pack that with really important things so that we can all be on the same page. That's a lot when you have many things happening in your lives. So, a couple things I want you to be aware of and some shout outs I'd like to give. One, I am so thankful for the way our events team and Mrs. Huff came together to make our Generations Day such a beautiful gathering. If you were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you weren't, you can trust me on this one. We have people who just simply outdid themselves. Not only was it a beautiful chapel service and encouragement, but the gathering afterward was just as lovely as it could be. And one thing I love about the Crestmont community is the way people are ready to help and serve. And I saw that evidenced, and it illuminated actually our core value for this quarter. If you don't know, our core value for this quarter is honor. And I saw so much of that. Not only were the generations honored, but there was so much honor within our community as we celebrated and pulled together to pull off something so beautiful. So thank you. If you were involved in any way, shape, or form, maybe you issued an invitation to another generation or grandparents. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. We love having our visitors and you on campus. We are, oddly enough, also switching. Lots of things happening this month, switching our memory verse for October and November. And that memory verse, we're switching from Philippians 3:20 and 21 to 2 Corinthians 4:17 through 5:1. And that verse says, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." You know, we're in a season that doesn't feel in some regards light and momentary, right? Our board is inviting you to join them Thursday, October 9th after chapel to pray about our relocation season and how God is leading that movement. I know many of you are ready for some specific answers. And what we're first called to do is pray together so that we walk in the direction that God is calling us. And sometimes those big decisions don't feel light and momentary. And you're likely in your parenting, you feel that deep in your core. But when we compare that this world is not our home, that we are citizens of heaven, then what we endure here compared to eternity actually is momentary. And I pray that we be a community that reminds each other, that points one another to the fact that this world wasn't supposed to be comfortable for us. Do we grieve when things go wrong? Absolutely. Do we labor when we have hard decisions to make? Absolutely. As we said goodbye to one of our community members in the month of September, I was reminded that we comfort each other with the comfort that has been given to us. And nobody does that like the Crestmont community. And you're part of that. And I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for the many ways that you show up routinely in order to comfort those who are mourning and also to celebrate with those who are celebrating. I love that about you, and I appreciate that deeply. I'd love to invite you to join Mrs. Arnold. As you know, Mrs. Arnold is our family ministry director, and she's leading Zoom sessions this year going over our book Family Discipleship, which was the summer required reading for parents. She's had a couple of sessions. She goes a little by little through each chapter, and she's hosting one tomorrow, Tuesday, October 7th, and she'll be covering pages 37 through 44. Please do join her. Be encouraged. Your role is not easy as not only a parent, but as one who prioritizes discipleship in your home. So please do consider joining her. You can follow the Zoom link that's included in the monthly memo. Again, this year is a big year for us. We have our recertification happens in November. If you're not aware, some of you will be getting an invitation from me soon in order to come in for a family interview with the NOMS team. If you recall, NOMS is the National Association of University Model School, and they will want to interview some of our families. So be watching for an invitation from me to join in that conversation. So we're being recertified this year. We're relocating. And in addition to all of those things, we are having to readjust and constantly move. And that is part of life. So it's a big year for us. So thank you for being all in. And as we get more details about relocation, you can rest assured that we will roll those out for you. In family discipleship, the last family discipleship Zoom call that Mrs. Arnold led, she talked about 3 things that I wanted to remind you of. One, she said the 3 points she covered. The first one was knowing what family discipleship is so you can recognize when it's happening and be encouraged that it doesn't have to be a big production. So see it when it's happening and then celebrate that. Also knowing what it is not, so you can repent and correct course when maybe that's gone a little bit off. I've got a few stories about how I've taken family discipleship a little bit off over the years. And the third point she covered last time was knowing why it's important so that you can press on against the enemy's opposition. This work that you're doing to disciple your family, you will face opposition, right? Because it would be easier to drift. It would be easier to just turn a blind eye, so to speak, to some of the things that this society and our culture is pressing against. I want to encourage you with a little bit of what encouraged me. As you can see, not much was encouraging to me. Okay, it was all encouraging. But something that Mrs. Arnold will go over Tuesday that really stuck out to me is in a section on page 39 that's entitled Spiritually Leading a Family. And this is how the paragraph begins. What does it mean to lead your family? This is one of the principal questions guiding the content of this book, and one we often get asked as pastors. Put simply, leading your family means going first, initiating what needs to be done. It starts with you. Whatever your family needs, meeting the need begins with your action. In the case of spiritual leadership, that means that you are responsible to initiate and maintain a culture of discipleship in your home. It will not happen without you. You have more influence in your family than you perhaps realize. Can that encourage you today that you have more influence than you realize? And our model of school, it's not enough for Crestmont to be an academic community. The reason why we say we're an educational community of Christ followers is because it requires both. We don't want to just impart knowledge. We want to tend to the whole child, body, mind, and spirit. but in good partnership with you, so that as you disciple, that we can encourage what you're already doing. Listen, parent, I want you to know this. The work you're doing, it's meaningful. The lessons you suffer through, they're opportunities. They're opportunities to have intentional moments with your child as you disciple them. But we cannot give what we do not have. And so can I encourage you today to take a minute for yourself? Sit with the Lord. Get into the Word. Pray. Ask Him what He's requiring of you for the sake of your family. And dads, if you're watching, thank you for leading. Thank you for making that a priority for your families, because our world is better as we work together to prepare these students to be alumni who are fully devoted followers of Jesus, going out into the world to reinvest their time, talent, and training for God's glory. Can you picture it? I can, and it's so exciting. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for being an active member of the Crestmont Warrior community. I just thank you for your trust and your confidence in what God is doing in our community. Have an awesome October. Plug away. The quarter's almost over. You've made it. Let's hear it for our new families who are new to the model, and they're making it. You're making it, y'all. And we're close. Don't give up. Don't grow weary in this good work that you're doing. At the right time, you will also see a harvest. You will see it come to fruition. And I'm thankful that we get to do this together.